Urgent breaking news came out about Jayson Tatum's injury. Stay until the end to find out everything. But before starting the video, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news about the NBA. On Monday afternoon, the Boston Celtics confirmed that star forward Jayson Tatum underwent surgery to address a torn Achilles tendon in his right leg. The medical procedure was deemed successful, and the news was shared through the team's official social media accounts. Jayson Tatum successfully underwent surgery today to repair a tear in his right Achilles tendon. There is currently no established timeline for his return to play, but full recovery is anticipated. Additional updates will be released as they become available, the Celtics posted, calming fans while also raising concern. The injury, which occurred during Game 4 of the playoff series against the New York Knicks, has left the Celtics and their supporters shaken. During the 121-113 defeat, Tatum appeared to land awkwardly after a fast break attempt late in the fourth quarter. Although he initially tried to remain in the game, it quickly became evident that something was seriously wrong. Team medical staff rushed to his aid, and shortly after, he was escorted off the court visibly distressed. For a team that had built much of its strategy around Tatum's athleticism and leadership, the blow is considerable. Known not just for his scoring prowess but also for his ability to elevate the game of those around him, Tatum has been a centerpiece of the Celtics roster for years. His absence now casts a shadow over the franchise's immediate future. While the Celtics have not specified how long Tatum will be out of action, Achilles tendon ruptures are known for their lengthy and challenging recovery processes. In many cases, such injuries can sideline athletes for anywhere between 9 to 12 months. And that's under ideal rehabilitation conditions. As the medical team remains cautious in its predictions, they emphasize that Tatum's long-term health takes precedence over rushing him back to the court. Internally, the Celtics organization is shifting its focus from championship hopes to ensuring that their star player receives the best possible care. Privately, sources say that there is little expectation that Tatum will return for the remainder of the season, and missing all of next season isn't off the table. However, team representatives continue to stress the importance of patience and precision in his recovery journey. Meanwhile, the atmosphere inside the Celtics locker room has shifted drastically. Players and staff alike are grappling with the emotional toll of losing their leader at such a pivotal moment in the postseason. Many teammates have spoken publicly about their support for Tatum, highlighting not only his contributions on the court but also his character and leadership off of it. Marcus Smart, a longtime teammate, commented, "It's tough, man. JT means everything to us. He's more than just our best player, he's our brother. We've got his back no matter what." This unexpected turn has also forced head coach Joe Mazzulla and his staff to reconsider their game plan. Without Tatum, the team must now rely on other key figures to step up, including Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Al Horford. The coaching staff remains hopeful that the team can find a way to stay competitive, but they acknowledge the uphill battle that lies ahead. As Game 5 approaches, a must-win scenario for the Celtics, all eyes turn to how the team responds. With the Knicks now holding a 3-1 series lead, the momentum is squarely in New York's favor. Still, the Celtics aim to rally not just for their playoff hopes, but in honor of the fallen leader whose presence is sorely missed on the hardwood. As the Boston Celtics prepare for Game 5 of the playoff series, the reality of Jayson Tatum's absence continues to settle in. The timing of his injury couldn't have been more unfortunate. With the team trailing 3-1 in the series against the New York Knicks, the pressure has mounted, and the emotional impact of losing their cornerstone player looms heavily over the organization. Tatum's injury didn't just affect the strategy, it altered the very identity of the team. For years, he has been the driving force behind the Celtics' offense and a symbol of consistency amid the turbulence of an evolving league. With his sudden removal from the court, Boston is forced into a new, unfamiliar rhythm. Medical professionals have already confirmed the rupture of the Achilles tendon, a notoriously difficult injury to overcome. Known to be among the most serious for athletes, it requires surgical intervention followed by a long rehabilitation period. The tendon plays a critical role in mobility, explosiveness, and overall performance, three things that have defined Tatum's game since his NBA debut. Team doctors have opted for a cautious approach, choosing not to give a definitive return timeline. Instead, they emphasize individualized care and avoiding any unnecessary risks that could compromise Tatum's future. "We are committed to supporting Jayson in every way through his recovery process," said one member of the Celtics medical staff. "Right now, the focus is on ensuring the repair heals correctly and that he regains strength and mobility in a progressive and controlled way." Behind the scenes, the franchise is already shifting gears, quietly adjusting its roadmap for the upcoming months. Management is considering moves to reinforce the roster, particularly if Tatum's absence stretches into next season. Though no official decisions have been made, it's clear that the Celtics are bracing for a longer-term scenario. Beyond the front office and medical staff, there's the psychological impact on the players themselves. Losing a leader like Tatum, not just a scorer but someone who sets the tone with his work ethic and composure, leaves a vacuum that is hard to fill. Locker room dynamics have shifted. For many of the younger players, this is the first time they've had to compete without their mentor and role model. Jaylen Brown, now thrust into the position of primary scorer and emotional leader, addressed the media ahead of Game 5. "We're hurting. There's no sugarcoating it. But we still have a job to do. JT would want us to fight. That's what we're going to do." This sense of duty is echoed throughout the organization. Coaches, players, trainers, and even fans have united around the idea that the team must persevere, not just for the sake of the playoffs, but to honor Tatum's dedication and spirit. "He's given everything to this team," head coach Joe Mazzulla said. "The least we can do is give everything we've got in return." Still, the mood remains bittersweet. Game 4 was meant to be a chance for the Celtics to even the series and build momentum. Instead, it turned into a turning point for all the wrong reasons. The Knicks capitalized on Tatum's absence late in the game, exploiting defensive gaps and overwhelming Boston in transition plays. Despite valiant efforts from Brown and White, the team fell short, both on the scoreboard and emotionally. Now, with Game 5 set to take place at TD Garden, there's an air of uncertainty. The home crowd will no doubt be loud and passionate, hoping to inspire their team to pull off a miracle. But without their star, the Celtics must find new ways to compete, and more importantly, rediscover their identity in the face of adversity. The playoffs are unforgiving. Every possession, every mistake, every substitution carries weight. And as Boston walks into this next challenge without their franchise player, they're not just fighting to stay alive in the postseason. They're also beginning a new chapter, one marked by resilience, leadership, and the long road to recovery. As the playoff series continues and the Celtics confront life without Jayson Tatum, conversations across the NBA world have shifted toward what comes next, both for Boston and for their sideline superstar. While Game 5 at TD Garden became a rallying point for teammates and fans, the long-term future remains clouded by uncertainty. Jayson Tatum's Achilles injury is more than just a setback, it's a defining moment. Achilles ruptures have changed the trajectories of many elite athletes. The recovery is slow, demanding, and often filled with mental and physical hurdles. Tatum, known for his discipline and work ethic, now faces a different kind of challenge, one that won't be won with points, rebounds, or assists. Experts in sports medicine have emphasized that a full recovery is possible, but not guaranteed. Factors such as the athlete's age, conditioning, and response to physical therapy all play a role. Fortunately for Tatum, he is still in his prime and has access to some of the best medical resources in professional sports. The Celtics medical staff, along with external specialists, have outlined a structured rehabilitation plan focused on gradual strength building, mobility restoration, and reconditioning. Recovery from an Achilles rupture is a marathon, not a sprint, said Dr. Leonard Price, a well-known orthopedic surgeon familiar with such injuries in professional basketball. It's not just about healing the tendon, it's about rebuilding trust in that leg, regaining explosiveness, and overcoming the psychological weight of the injury. The mental battle may be just as challenging as the physical one. For players like Tatum, whose careers depend on sharp cuts, high jumps, and sudden stops, returning to form after a major injury requires more than just time. It demands confidence. He'll have to relearn how to move without fear of re-injury. That fear can linger, affecting everything from shot selection to defensive commitment. Meanwhile, the Celtics are entering a transitional phase. If Tatum is indeed out for the next season, a possibility that grows more realistic with each medical update, the franchise will have to consider both short-term solutions and long-term strategic planning. Trade rumors have already begun to swirl, and names of available forwards and scorers are surfacing. But replacing Tatum isn't just about numbers on a stat sheet. It's about chemistry, leadership, and the unique presence he brings to the court. Coach Mazzulla, while avoiding speculation, acknowledged the complexity of the situation. You don't replace a guy like JT. You adapt. You grow around the absence. We're going to keep building, keep believing. For fans, the emotional toll is heavy. Tatum wasn't just the face of the team, he was a beacon of hope, especially for a franchise hungry for another championship banner. Many saw this postseason as the Celtics' best shot in years. His injury feels like a cruel twist of fate. Still, within the heartache lies a different kind of story, one of resilience, brotherhood, and unity. Players have embraced their roles with renewed intensity. Jaylen Brown has taken on the challenge of leading the offense. Veterans like Al Horford have stepped up in the locker room. Even younger players are seizing the opportunity to prove their worth on the biggest stage. Tatum, though physically removed from the game, remains a presence. He has stayed connected to his teammates, frequently attending practices and games in a supportive role. His voice, once dominant on the court, now echoes from the sidelines, offering guidance, encouragement, and hope. As the offseason looms, one thing is certain. The Celtics will not be the same team that entered this year's playoffs. And neither will Jayson Tatum. But in the world of elite sports, transformation is often the path to greatness. This injury, while devastating, may ultimately fuel a comeback story greater than any stat line. For now, Boston waits. Tatum heals. And the NBA watches, not just for the outcome of a playoff series, but for the unfolding of a journey that could redefine a career, a team, and a legacy.